Welcome to the Let's Talk Food podcast, where we have deep conversations about anything and everything surrounding with food. I'm your host, April Fontenot. What is up, guys? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. I'm so happy to be back, guys. I don't know. Today was the first day of school for the kiddos. Talk about crazy, crazy times, guys. But I know we talked about last episode how nervous and how anxious I am, and oh gosh, guys, I was more than that today. I think I've been running around with like a chicken with my head cut off. Um, Today it was just really, really overwhelming for me, and I'm sure the kids as well. But Richard, my kindergartner, guys, he kind of freaked out. I walked him into school today, and oh gosh, guys, he was just not having it. He tried to run out the school and the classroom a few times. He cried. We went through all these different scenarios, where they had to get some other people in to help. But it's tough, guys. It's been tough, but that's how it goes. And of course, my high schooler, Zion, she did pretty good. She didn't complain. She just said, "Oh, it's just school is kind of boring." So yeah, guys, the first day of school was crazy for me. It was crazy, but other than that, guys, I'm having a good day. How about you? Could be better, but if you're a new listener, welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. You have tuned into the best podcast in the land. Not the wrong podcast, but the best podcast where we love one another and support one another. And you've joined a community of like-minded folk, from food lovers, art lovers, science lovers, health junkies, entrepreneurs, you name it, guys. The Let's Talk Food podcast is where it's at. But welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. I have a great show for you tonight, guys. I wanted to focus on tonight on boosting our energy, guys. I have noticed that I've had this decline in energy levels, and I know part of this is my fault, guys, of course, because I'm always up most of the time, the wee hours of the morning or late. And new listeners, you don't know, I am a mother of 4 beautiful children. I have a bonus son as well, but they keep me busy, guys. Everything keeps me busy in life, but the kiddos, they do it for me, guys. So, yeah, very, very busy with that. And if you don't know, I am an entrepreneur. I have my own food delivery and catering service, Coopie's, Coopies, American Cuisine and Seafood, also known as Coopie's Catering and Seafood, that I have here in Houston, Texas. But yeah, I have a lot more in my background. If you want to go back and binge listen to all episodes, you're more than welcome to do so, guys. But that's a little bit of background about me. But you feel my pain, guys. If you're a parent and you have multiple kids, even if you have one, parenting and being a parent is just tough, guys. It is so tough. And even when the children are older, it doesn't get any easier. And I've seen and heard stories from different parents, everyone I see posting on social media. I feel great because I'm not alone, but it's tough, guys. It's tough. That's all. Oh gosh, guys. I hope that Richard gets the hang of things. He gets in the groove of things, because today was just crazy for me, having to contact the school back and forth before school started. Speaking of that, guys, the lack of communication, and I don't like to talk negatively about organizations or schools or anyone, but the experience that I've had with his school so far, not so great. And I would say more so with the administrative side, the front desk, the school nurse, teachers are great, counselors are great, but that front office, guys, they have a lot of work to do. And, it just disappoints me, because they're like the, what do you want to call it? Like the face of the school. They're the backbone of the school. When you walk into that school organization, whatever it is, guys, the main interest, the front office, the personnel, the administrative team, they should be the ones that are on their best behavior. They give you the best first impression. And I'm just not getting that. I don't know if maybe it's just me. My husband's like, "Oh, you're always so overprotective, and you're being too dramatic per se." But as moms, we're overprotective. That's true. We know our kids, we know how they feel, we want them to be safe. And I wasn't feeling it this morning, so I hope that tomorrow he has a better experience and we can get some things worked out. But there was also an incident or two that happened with my son, guys. He's struggling with a few things. Those pandemic kids, a lot of them are struggling with speech and other disabilities. And my son, well, really, most of my kids, not the oldest, but the pandemic babies, they're kind of struggling with speech and some other things. And it's pretty tough, guys. do my best. I do what I can. My husband works full time. Again, new listeners, if you're just tuning in, I'm full time mom when I'm not doing the business and doing other things, in life. And my children mean the world to me. My family means the world to me. And if they don't have the best environment or the best care given to them, that's part of the reason why I kept them. I wouldn't say so sheltered or coddled. It may seem that way, but these schools are traumatizing, guys. My son, he's still kind of struggling with speech and some other issues, but the way that the schools are handling these things now, I think it's just totally unfair. While your kid is waiting to be evaluated or get extra help, it's just not fair, guys. And I was a little disappointed. I'm still very disappointed. I've had to contact the principal in a couple of these incidents, so that's not really good. I was hoping for a better experience for Richard, since he's never been to public school, and you would think that they would make the kids feel welcome, which, like I said, it wasn't the teachers per se, it's just the front office, the administrative team. And I feel like if your administrative team is not up to par and you don't have a good team of folk, that's something they need to work on. And if you have a revolving door of an administrative team and teachers, that's not a good look. And this is a great district that they're in, one of the number one school districts in Houston, Texas, guys. But I guess this particular school my kid is at, they just need a little work. They need a little help. I don't know if they're not getting the type of pay that they desire, or it was just because it was the first day. But according to the reviews I checked out today, I'm not the only one that has this complaint, guys. So I'm hoping for a better outcome and I hope things work out. And if they do not, gosh, guys, I hate to do it, but I feel like I'm going to have to pull him out again, guys. And he and his siblings have been homeschooled for quite some time. I mean, I've had him home with me because of some other traumatizing events with my baby girl, and all of them actually, when they're at the private school I was speaking of on the last episode. So it's tough, guys. I don't want to, continue to keep taking them out of school because of this happening and that happening. So I pray, I'm going to pray about this, that we find a good place for them to go, or if they have to have someone come to my home to help me out, which gets pretty expensive, right? So it's going to be a lot. It's going to take a lot, but I have faith that we're going to get through this. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. I know I've been talking about the kiddos getting ready for school. First day of school finally came and it was just crazy. It was chaos. And he wasn't the only one that was upset, but the way that they're handling everything, and I feel like they're not taking me seriously. You know me, I've got to escalate. I've always got to escalate it. If I go eat, I've got to escalate. And my granddaughter calls me a Karen, and I'm proud to be one because I believe in fair rights. I believe in fair treatment, no matter the skin color. I'm not trying to say they're racist, but I kind of got a little vibe. It's very diverse, but I did notice in my son's class, it was just him and another student that are Black African American. So I was like, okay, I don't want to pull the race card, but I don't know, guys. I don't know if I'm being overprotective, but I don't feel like I'm not. I know my kids, I'm gonna be overprotective because they don't care, I just feel like a lot of the administrative team and some of the teachers out here, they're just there to get a paycheck. I don't think they're enjoying their jobs. They're not getting the pay that they deserve in some districts. Some teachers are, some are not. But, it's just not our fault, guys. If you don't like your job, you don't like what you do, then find another profession. That's just plain and simple, But yeah, guys, I hope he has a great rest of the week. We're gonna try to give it another go round, and hopefully I can meet with the principal because I saw reviews that she doesn't play with the teachers. Now I don't know about her administrative team, but it's pretty crazy, guys. I had to make a few phone calls. I've just been going back and forth, and I'm like, I don't want to get off to an ugly start, but that's just me, guys. I am a firm believer in fair treatment. I like to have my voice heard, if you guys already know that, right? So, yeah, hopefully everything gets solved, and hopefully the next time I get on the show, it's some good news, guys. I mean, but I think he's just trying to adjust, but I just don't like how they are handling it, at least with the nurse's office and the front desk. Everybody was, I would say, buttering me up. Oh, he's doing good. He's doing well. And then he comes home, guys, with scratches above his eyes and kind of look like little black eyes. So trying to do an investigation on that. But I don't know, guys. if you're going to hide things and not communicate with me, then I don't think this is a good fit for him. But let me not judge this yet. Let me find out what's happening and go from there, right? But welcome to the show, guys. It's going to be a great rest of the week. But yeah, great show for you tonight. Like I said, we're going to focus on foods that boost our energy. I think this is going to be really good. Like I said, I don't know about you, but even though I'm doing the 21-day challenge, new listeners, if you don't know, I have been doing this 21-day challenge where I decided after my episode on the brain fog, I need to change my eating habits and start working out and get healthy. And believe it or not, guys, a lot of my clothing is falling off. This is great. The waist is going down, but the ladies with our flat tires or whatever you want to call your midsections, that is the part that is the hardest for me. I think I'm going to invest in some type of wrap. The exercises are working great on, we'll call it the love handles on the side, but I think that it's going to take some time for it to go down. And I know I'm not 22, guys. I want to have that look again. And I just look at photos and I'm like, I miss her. I miss, before I had kids. But I got to be realistic, guys. I can get there. It's going to take some time, but I'm just trying to motivate myself, guys. And I hope you're doing the same. But yes, food that's boosting our energy is what we're talking about tonight. Just so exhausted, guys. I'm so exhausted doing everything, like I said, with the kids, with podcasts. I have all kinds of things going on, which I say most of the time, but it's true, guys. I hate to sound like a broken record, but and I know I'm not the only one. We all have complicated lives. We all have work. We have things going on. We have children. We have our families. We have people out here with illnesses, and the list goes on. I'm not doing this to make people feel sorry for me or feel some type of way. I just like to express myself. This is my show, and I think that's why you guys are tuning in because I'm being real. I like to be authentic. I like to be real with you guys and just tell it like it is. But yeah, guys, that is the craziness for the day. I haven't watched any movies lately. I did see some things that I wanted to, check out, but still watching like my First Wives Club episodes. And I think I finished it last night, but I've got to find some other stuff to tune into. But like I said, this week has been a little different because school started back. I'm just trying to focus on family and the kids. So if you guys have any interesting movies you can recommend, like I always say, guys, send them in my messages. Comment on the show. Let me know what's happening out there, guys. I always feel like I'm talking to myself. Like I said, I'm getting the downloads. I see you guys reviewing the show, but just not enough interaction, guys. So if there's something that I need to work on, per se, as the host, you feel like, I'm not engaging enough to get you guys to engage with me, or you're just shy, say hi, say something. But I love you guys. Like I said, I love bringing this show to you guys every week. And new listeners, I do the show twice a week on Wednesdays and Sundays. Unless I say otherwise, it's twice a week. Now, I don't know, listeners, I may end up having to go back to the 1 day per week. I'm not sure yet because I will have a lot of things going on that's going to keep me pretty busy, and it gets pretty tough. It gets pretty overwhelming with all of the things happening, plus trying to, do this podcast, produce, do everything on my own. I do the whole shebang. Once I'm able to get that team, I'm able to get a little easier. But I did have something interesting. I just remember, guys. Now, if you're a faithful listener and you've been tuning in since day one, do you guys remember when I talked about on an episode a beautiful, she calls herself a mompreneur, guys. And if you're listening, please shout out to you. Pallavi Pandey, guys, is her name. It's Pallavi Pandey, I think is how you say it. Pande. She is the CEO and founder of the compostable eco-friendly plateware or dinnerware detox. Is DTOCS, guys, and I've been following her for quite some time, and she's even been liking posts and engaging with me, and I'm so happy, guys. I feel like I made a new friend. But she gave me a shout out, guys. She tagged me and a few other chefs or culinary artists on Instagram the other night, and I had no idea. And I was like, oh my God. And it was a couple of dishes that I displayed or placed on my Instagram photo, and she kind of featured that one of the plates I featured in the past, one of my dishes from that. So I feel very honored, guys. And Pallavi has a huge following. She's doing pretty good, guys. She has partnered with Tory Burch. She spoke on so many platforms. She does radio hosting. Kind of checked her out Also, the detox. Her business is doing great. She's a mompreneur, womanpreneur. She is just awesome, guys. And she's always out there trying to help people get grants and scholarships to, expand their businesses and their brand. And I think that's a great thing. So, shout out to you, Pallavi Pandey. Thank you so much for um, giving me the shout out, featuring one of my dishes on your page and tagging me in it. I totally appreciate that. So if you're watching or listening, I love you, Polly. I know we don't know each other personally, but we're getting that connection on social media. And of course, she sent some items to me personally back in December or January when I first started the podcast. So it's been quite some time, almost a year, guys. So I feel like I said, I made a new friend. Yeah, guys, check her out. Detox, DTOCS. She's also on Instagram as well. And her dinnerware is awesome, guys. It's great for the planet. It's Bailey's that they make the dinnerware. They have forks, spoons, everything you can name for your catering business, or if you're hosting a party, or like eco-friendly combustible dinnerware. It's really great products, guys. So check her out. And shout out again, Talabi. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. And also, guys, I don't know if you remember the beautiful sisters I always mention, Joan and Karen Pascal on the Mind, Body, and Soul podcast. I've been checking them out. They had a great episode tonight with a doctor, guys, and she was kind of sort of talking about what. Not really what I'm speaking of, but recommending some great food. So check them out, guys. Mind, Body, and Soul. They're always live, I think, on Wednesday nights now on LinkedIn and YouTube and Facebook. But shout out to you ladies as well. They're doing so great. They're so sweet. They always include me or shout out to me as well. And I've been on their podcast, I think, twice as a guest as well. So I'm excited, guys. I've been making a lot of friends. I have connections, especially from LinkedIn. I mean, everybody is so amazing, and they've been so supportive and helpful and just willing to network, and one more person, and these are all new folk. And I have so many people, guys, but I think her name is Yudi Dorset. She is a holistic type meditator, but she's great as well. She also gave me some great feedback on the podcast, and I've been checking her out. So I'm loving it, guys. I thank everyone for just being the beautiful people that you are. I thank you for including me in your post or sending messages, and like I said, I don't get very many, but LinkedIn is where it's at, guys. If you don't know, LinkedIn is pretty nice. I've been more so on Instagram. I go on Facebook as well. Facebook is more so helping with promotion. I mean, all of them are. LinkedIn, I like it for the business aspect, and I love the people on there that I network with. And I'm just so happy, guys. I'm just happy to have a community of folk. Like I said before in the other episode, I don't have a big group or large group of friends, rather, that I hang with, or mommy group, or girlfriends. I have my sisters. I love my sisters, but it's nothing like meeting new people and having those connections and feeling loved, So yeah, but anyhow, guys, welcome to the show. That's my 2 cents as usual. But I don't know. This week has been pretty interesting. I think it's going to be great, guys. But I've just got to get my mind right and stay in a positive space and think positive. Continue to meditate, keep this challenge going, and I'll definitely keep going past the 21 days. But I'm happy with the results I'm seeing. I'm feeling so much better, so much better after eating differently, and still working on the family, trying to get them to eat healthy. But it's going to be great, guys. So keep it up, guys. Keep it moving. Stay positive. Let's pray for our schools, pray for our children, pray for their safety, their well-being, and pray for one another. You never know what people are going through. We don't know their situations. We all smile, right? But could be, hurting inside. Check on your loved ones, check on your friends, check on everybody. Be the best version of yourself, and check on, give yourself some time. But yeah, there's so much, guys. Yeah, but let's hop into it, guys. Like I said, foods that boost our energy is where it's at, right? So we are definitely going to get into that. Now, tonight's notes are coming from womenshealthmagazine.com, guys. And the title of the article, 27 Foods That Will Give You Energy When You're Totally Wiped, guys. So if you want to hop into that, you're more than welcome to do so. And like I said, I always reference put the references in the notes for the article. So you're more than welcome to do that. But yeah, womensmagazine.com, guys, is where it's at. And just giving some foods that are going to boost our energy. So I want to get started first. I've seen quite a few now. The main one that really, really made me excited because I told you the other day I'm eating a lot of fruit. Well, pears is on the list, guys. Pears with string cheese. And I've also learned some interesting thing or facts rather about pears. So they are naturally sweet, and that's so true. The pears that I have, and I still have some, I kept saying, "Oh my God, this is so sweet." And gosh, guys, I haven't eaten pears in forever, but the green ones are kind of similar to green apples that are very sweet. I think it's very good, but they're packed with fiber, it says, and it gives you so much energy. And it's just so crisp and sweet. So definitely go to pears for that. Then I saw oatmeal, guys. Oatmeal is another one that's really great. And I'm not reading the article per se, guys. I'm just remembering off the top of my head. But there are so many different foods that are on the list for this article. And like I said, it's 27 foods that boost your energy on womensmagazine.com, guys. And I'll leave everything in the notes. But oatmeal, pears is another good one. Of course, you have your fruits and vegetables. And I may have to hop into it, guys. I was trying to do it off the top of my head, but sometimes I'm just not good with memory. The other one is, let's see here. We have apple nut and peanut butter. Which sounds so good, right? And I always get this one like so tongue twisted. Edamame, is that how you say edamame? And that's always a good one to go to for boosting energy. And we have, like I said, oatmeal. There's also a ton of foods, guys, and I'm so sorry I'm having to hop back and forth. I'm having a little technical difficulties here with some of my electronics rather that I use. So yeah, some great food boosting foods for energy. Those are just a few to name. And a few others that are not on the list that I always go to. Personally, I would say vitamin C, guys, oranges and anything that has vitamin C for sure. You definitely would want to indulge or, invest in those foods, right? Or fruit and vegetables. Also, your proteins are great. So your chicken or, um, I wouldn't say so much as beef. Let's do that for on occasion because it's not good for your health. Anything that has protein, or you can do your nuts, good for that. A ton of different foods, guys. And like I said, I'm able to hop back and forth in the article. Technical difficulties, but off the top of my head, those are some are from the list. And I would say your green teas, anything that's water, water is always good. And fruit and vegetables for sure. You have your grains. You also have the fiber. So anything that's high in fiber, vitamin C, you have your different vitamins that you're taking. So eat a nice healthy diet is where I'm going with this to boost that energy, right? Those energy levels going, get plenty of, and also another thing that's very concerning, especially for me, I've noticed the intensity of stress level right now. And like I said, it could be because of everything that's going on with my children and just trying to get everything running smoothly in order. And I just feel like it's not going that way. My kids, they have a lot that they're going through and are having to work through. And being a mom, being a parent, like I said, is pretty tough. So that's the reason why I'm always like, I need to boost energy, find food that can help with brain fog. It's tough, guys. I'm losing sleep, hanging on to one string, guys, but I'm doing my best. I'm trying my best. I'm doing the best that I can, guys. And I hope that you're doing that as well. If you're a full time stay at home parent, mom, dad, grandmom, grandfather, aunt, uncle, whatever it is, guys, we have got to take care of ourselves. We've got to take care of our bodies, and we've got to get those energy levels up, have positive energy. And I saw on, what is it, the Mind, Body, and Soul podcast tonight, a great tip that I wanted to share. They also, great tip the doctor made, and also the ladies, keep a great circle. You might want to evaluate or kind of check those around you. For me, I wouldn't say that is the issue per se. I would say more so stress for me. But if you have a circle and they're always negative and no one's giving you great advice, they're not trying to help you progress, you feel like you're stuck and not progressing, I think you need to change your circle, guys. So on top of that, that can definitely drain your energy for hanging with the wrong folk, having the wrong circle, um, just not being around folk that are trying to help you live your best life. They don't eat healthy. And I'm not saying everybody has to be a fitness expert or, a culinary expert or healthy all the time. I'm not perfect, but I'm just giving tips, guys. I just feel like if we get in those right circles and help one another, maybe we won't be so stressed. We will have energy, right? But when I'm saying these things, guys, I'm kind of preaching to myself. You know, already know new listeners. I always give myself a pep talk and learn new things when I'm doing the show as well. So I get excited. I get giddy. Like I've said many, many times, new listeners, if you haven't checked the other episodes out, I love to roll my sleeves up, get down to the nitty gritty of things. I love to learn. I love to research. I love to observe. I like to meet new people. And I love people that are smart. I like people that are unique, and I admire those type of folk. Even if I'm not Harvard educated or not always using all these words out of the encyclopedia and dictionary, doesn't mean that you're not smart, guys. Doesn't mean that you're illiterate or you're just out here. I don't judge people like that. And if you're judgmental, then you should not be, because again, everybody has their own styles. We have our own way of dealing with things. We have our own communication styles, and it's okay. And I'll be honest, guys, I get a little insecure sometimes about that. I always have that inner critic, like I say all the time, that's like, oh, well, this person and that person, they're doing so good. And, they speak so well. And they're using all these big words, and I'm like, oh God, who am I? Are you kidding me? I'm like, don't do that to yourself, April. You know who you are. And another thing, guys, sometimes I have that imposter syndrome that keeps in. I took one of those assessment tests before, and this is how I found out that I do struggle with that a little bit. I find myself trying to adapt to certain environments. So sometimes we may put on, and people do it, I guess you can call it code switching, but imposter syndrome, code switching doesn't mean that you're, not smart. It just means that you've got to adapt to whatever environment you're in. So I have to tell myself that as well, guys. I have to reassure myself, and I've seen a lot of beautiful, amazing, successful people, especially on LinkedIn, that suffer with this, the same thing. They're a little insecure. I'm not saying insecure as a person. I would just say insecure in certain areas, like public speaking. For me, look how long it took me to virtual shows on the podcast. It took a lot for me to just do it, Do I regret doing all audio? No, I don't. When I'm doing all audio, I feel so much more at ease. I feel more comfortable. I feel at home, When I'm on camera, I'm still getting the hang of this, guy. I don't know if you can tell, but I get a little shy. I get a little camera shy, but I think I'm getting the hang of it. But sometimes I'm like, I don't think I can do this. I want to go back to all audio, which I can. It's my prerogative, but I like bringing the virtual shows to you guys as well. But anyhow, guys, I don't want to get up too much off topic, but let's boost our energy, guys. Let's keep our energy boosted. Let's eat those great foods. And I know I didn't go into the list much tonight, guys, but I will definitely reference everything in the show notes. And that way you can go check the whole list out. I don't always like to read or quote or give you verbatim from the articles, because I'm not going to read 27 different foods. I'm just not going to do it, But the few foods that I did state, those are some great ways to boost your energy, guys. So do that. But take time for yourselves, guys. We have got to do that. We've got to work out. We've got to take care of ourselves, take care of our loved ones. But you need to take care of yourselves first. And I'm telling myself that because I have quite a bit of work to do, guys. I don't want to be on a platform where I'm not practicing what I preach, if that makes sense, right? So I'm working on that, and I am just having so much fun with you guys, like I always do. And like I said, we're going to have a great rest of the year, a great week for sure. And I'm praying for peace and serenity and happiness, and just that we keep being surrounded by love. But again, guys, if you're in a circle of friends, family, and they're just bringing out all that negative energy and not helping you progress. And I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone. And I've said this, people feel like when you start changing your circle or trying to elevate yourself, rather, in certain areas, I've noticed when I started the podcast and started doing different things in life. And like I've said before, I feel like I've lost so-called friends, and I won't say lost, but I feel like they stepped away, because I guess they just didn't want to hear it. Or maybe they just felt like, hey, I don't want to be a part of what you have going on. So I'm okay with that. I'm at peace with that. And it's time to move on, guys. It's time to get a new circle. And if I don't get a new circle, hey, I have God. God first and foremost. So I'm going to do that, guys. I'm going to continue to do that, keeping it positive, keeping a great mindset, and boosting energy levels, getting rest. And guys, continue to work out, meditate. If you don't meditate, it's okay. It's not anything scary if you have never done it before. Calm is a great app. Insight Timer, I've mentioned these before. And they also have things like on YouTube that you can check out. But great, great apps out there for you to utilize. There's all kinds of resources. And of course, I have the article or articles that I always reference. But let's do that, guys. Let's take care of our bodies, take care of ourselves, boost our energy levels, and just be happy and free. And if you can't do it alone, we have our help. You have counselors, you have teams. If you're working a full-time job, get with your HR for some resources or help. If you have the health insurance, there's all kinds of resources, guys. So do that. But take care of yourselves, guys. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm just gonna tell it like it is, like I said. But it's been so much fun, guys. I've had so much fun. I hate to be so direct or short, but sometimes that's just what we have to do. And I just felt it in my heart tonight to express that because I know there's someone tonight or multiple folks that needed to hear that. And are going through it, especially for back to school, guys. Back to school is very stressful. The first couple of weeks is just hectic, and we need that positivity. So you guys do that. Check out those articles, and also don't forget to check out Pallavi Pundi, Mind, Body, and Soul podcast. Check me out, new listeners. I am on a few social handles out there. I'm on Instagram, and my Instagram is at Coopie, Coopies, Catering and Seafood, or Coopie's American Cuisine and Seafood. TikTok, Coopies.American, and I have the YouTube channel that I'm on tonight, guys. April Fontenot, that's F as in Frank, ONTENOT 9354. Let's Talk Food podcast. So check those episodes out, guys. If you're new to the show, go back and binge listen to season 1, and we're on season 3 now, all the way to season 3. Check out those episodes, guest speakers in between. In season 2, and hopefully we'll have a lineup coming soon. I'm still working on that. I have a few people, but we have not set dates yet. So working on that. In the meantime, to bring some great episodes for season 3 and content too. And if it doesn't happen in season 3, it's all good. But hopefully we'll get at least 1 or 2 speakers, guys, to come on the show. But if not, like I said, I'm here. I love you guys. And that's what the Let's Talk Food is about, guys. Anything and everything surrounding with food. But yeah, you listeners, if you're wanting to hear more recipes or looking for other topics, check me out, guys. Check out those episodes. Now, the virtual shows, like I said, I just started, oh gosh, maybe like a month ago. So what is it, about 5 or 6 episodes on that. Had a little difficulties with getting the other episodes distributed from Podbean, which is my main source that I use to do the show. But it's okay, guys. Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Podchaser, Podbean, you name it, guys. Any platform out there, the Let's Talk Food podcast is there. So if you don't see the virtual show, you're more than welcome to check me out on audio and also on my social handles, guys. And if you would like to collaborate with me on the show, you think this is a great show, you have something funky to talk about, and new listeners, I'm open to my guests on the show. If you're an entrepreneur, I've had scientists, engineers, culinary artists, people are doing it big out here. Whatever it is, guys, if you have a great idea for a show or topic and feel like you'd like to collaborate, reach out to me, guys, on my email, April 3802 at outlook.com, or use those social handles or any of those platforms that you on to send me a private message to set up a call or Zoom or whatever we have to do to discuss the show, guys. And I'm open to that. So no worries there. I don't bite. I love my guests. I love all you guys. I love doing the show, like I said, and I love bringing this to you. So if you have an idea, if you have funny stories, recipe ideas, you have something else you'd like to share with me that you would like me to share on the show, to put your name out there, I'd love to do that as well. So yeah, don't be shy, guys. Reach out to me. But in the meantime, if you are also looking to start your own podcast or have a corporation that's already doing it big but want to get their name out there, Podbean is where it's at, guys. They're also offering 30-day free trial for unlimited podcast hosting and unlimited business hosting to try their out, guys. So links will be on my platform notes as well, and it's Podbean.com PB New, guys. Podbean.com PB New to take advantage of that 30 days free on me, okay, guys? But it's been so much fun. Like I said, we are going to think positive and have a great rest of the week. Eat those energy boosting foods and drinks. Check out the notes so you can get some more of the information where you'll know where to go. But it's on womenshealthmagazine.com. 27 foods that'll boost your energy if you're looking for the article. If you're having trouble finding it, reference back to the show notes. And like I said, there's so many articles and references out there with that topic. But check it out, guys. I've had so much fun. I hope that this show was enlightening and impactful and you're loving the show. If you are, hit like on those episodes, leave some comments on those platforms, and tell it like it is, guys. But it's been so much fun. I'm your host, April Fontenot. You've been listening to the Let's Talk Food. Peace, light, and love. You guys have a great week and have a good night. Bye.